Hi everyone, I hope everyone's having an amazing day. Well, me, oh, I've been at home meditating. I've been washing the whole night. I didn't even sleep. I literally, the only thing I did was wash my clothes. Then I started washing the girls' clothes, and I even washed some covers that were outside that don't even belong to me. And a lot of listening to music and literally thinking about how life is. My YouTube channel for today basically is how because of all the things that I lived through life, and that I live into confusion. The only person that I stopped myself, the only person that have stopped my whole life basically has always been me, because I was afraid of changes. I was in a relationship for 12 years, and things were kind of like the same. We used to wake up, take the kids to school, there were fights, and then go to work, and then make food, and it was like sleep, the same pattern every single day. We used to go out on the weekends, once in a while, go eat. It was very, now that I think about it, I was in a very stagnant relationship, and he always me to be there with him. In the morning I didn't even work because we were managers, so I was kind of with him all the time. I didn't have too many friends either, and the few people that I did get to have, it was just only for a little bit. He didn't like people in the house, and I literally abide to everything and anything he said. My mentality when I was in that relationship for 12 years is like, tell me how you want me to jump and I will do it. And I've been analyzing all of that. And when I started basically changing is when I started when I got sick, and I had two jobs for a while. I was working for a California hospital, and I was working for a school for a little bit. And I was kind of talking to someone by that time, but that person only helped me lose weight. And with him, we would change things a lot. We'll go work out, and then we'll go here. He was always changing places to go work out, and the workout was always different. Or we'll go to the beach, and it was actually pretty cool. But in my mind, it was kind of like a relationship, but it was cool because it was nice. He used to call me every single morning, and after 12 years, that was kind of like a little change because it was cool, and I liked that, and I realized that after that, when he basically told me he had another person, I was on my own. And I started talking to guys. Only one person I honestly got interested, because I had talked to other guys. Because I started realizing myself that once you're single, you kind of like the attention when guys talk to you. And I was getting attention that sometimes I was receiving inappropriate pictures, private part pictures, and I was like, what the fuck? Or I would get invited to hotels and things like that. So it was kind of like the same thing over and over that started happening, and I was just like, nope. I will go into the apps, then maybe delete them. Honestly, when I took a guy to a date, I took him to the gym, and the dude even told me, he's like, are we gonna go eat after? I was like, we just came from the gym. Why would I want to go eat with you? But then I didn't even know how to set boundaries back then. That wasn't really a date. It was just more like a hang around. I did my thing, he did his thing, and we came home and we didn't even talk. And when we talked, it was mostly about his dramas and my dramas. So he had a lot of drama going on though. And yeah, that's the only dating that I did, going to a gym. So I never had a normal date. And like after I started looking into spirituality, because I met someone that as a joke kind of told me oh, I meditate and smoke weed, because that's how I used to meet guys in 420 apps. And I was just thinking oh, it's cool, people are cool. But I never seen people in a way that I have to fuck with them or sleep with them. My mind does not go there, honestly. And this kind of person, the last person that I went to, that I took to the gym, he said, you know what, he goes like that, if you want to fuck, he goes like that, there's Tinder. And I thought it was kind of disrespectful, because I think he really thought we were going to do something. I just met you, you know, we only talked like maybe for a month, and you have a lot of drama going on in your life. So in my mind, I was like, this dude, he's only thinking with his bottom head. That's the way that I see it. You know, I used to classify people as bottom head thinkers and, you know, people that analyze. I was kind of like both back then. And until I literally met this person and started telling me about meditation, I kind of quiet all my fucking voices inside my head, because I've always been a fucking rainbow. We used to talk about feelings, and he actually made me afraid, because he posted something in his Facebook, because I went through his Facebook, that said people's feelings change. And yeah, people's feelings change, but I noticed that when you love someone, because I was with somebody for 12 years, no matter even what they do, even though your emotions change, you get to love that one person, and you know, you're faithful to that person. I was faithful to Juan Carlos for 12 years, regardless that he wasn't the best choices that I had, that I could have gotten. You know, I didn't see my worth back then. So until I started realizing who the fuck I was as a person, I started making better choices. Even though people change, and even though people go through certain things, I come to the realization that people would only understand you as far as you understand yourself. People, something that my ex's mom always told me, a guy will respect you as far as you allow him to respect you. So it's like, those are the things that I've been finding out, honestly, through my meditation. And those are the things that I tell my daughter. I'm like, a guy will respect you as far as you allow him to respect you, you know. And that last person that even told me I'm on meditation, kind of fucking around, he even sent me pictures of dildos. And in my head, I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess he's sending me that so I won't look for guys outside to fuck with, you know, just to fuck around with my head, maybe. But for me, I thought it was kind of cute, because I was like, cool, you know, he's open-minded about toys and shit like that. And not many guys talk about things like that. So, you know, I started noticing, yeah, emotions do change, feelings do change. And I was a fucking extra sensitive, super extra sensitive person. I've always been my whole life. So when I kind of met him, I was like an emotionally unbalanced. I was all over the place. I was afraid of changes. And after I kind of stopped talking to him, and it was kind of like, I think he was a blessing in disguise to come into my life, because he made me switch my mentality, and I started meditating. I did talk to other guys, but not like the way I used to talk to him. I just kind of like said, no, Jessica, set boundaries, you know, back away from people. I started noticing how people have their own dramas in their own life. And I would just encourage guys, you know, and I kind of like friend zone everyone right away. And I was grateful that I was able to accept that people do go through changes, but I've been able to learn that I'm a very emotional person. I've learned to transmute my emotions. I learned to accept my emotions, acknowledge them, and let them go. Another thing, I used to always complain about, oh, my life sucks. Oh, you know, I'm living in my dad's house. I'm blessed. I have a place to stay. I came from like being homeless, being in a fucking sick, in and out of the hospital, being in a garage. So where I am right now, even though it's not where you know, where my mind wants to be, I'm grateful, because I wake up in the morning today. I woke up and I was able to hear the birds. You know, I wake up and I could just do the laundry outside. My dad gave me a lot of things that I didn't even notice, that all my life, even my ex's mom would tell me, your dad will spoil you a lot. Yes, when I moved out of my house when I was 18, I had my own bed set, my own TV, my own stereo. All of that got destroyed by my ex, but it's okay. You know, I didn't see all those things, and those were very, very beautiful blessings, because I moved out when I was 18, because I was so in love with Juan Carlos. He was the first person I was sexually active with, so I was kind of thinking with my bottom head. So I've noticed that, you know, once you learn to basically throw a leap of faith, you know, understand your emotions, acknowledge all your traumas, because I've been going to therapy proactively. I've been doing yoga. Even if I don't go to yoga, I try to look for yoga on YouTube and do it on my own. And I go to the park. I go hiking. I do nature. I do meditation daily. Like for the past 3 days, I stopped smoking weed. What? I think since Sunday. I think since Saturday of last week, because I felt called that I needed to balance even that. Even my weed intake is not, I don't spend as much weed as before, you know, and Life is about balance. Life is about finding yourself and fixing your traumas and being able to be present where you are every single day, be able to understand who you are, and be able to love yourself exactly how you are, because I think I'm perfectly imperfect, you know. I have, my scars to remind me that if I overstress and I overthink, I'm going to be in that mindset again. I think this is a scar because when I was little, I think I was going to fall off a tricycle in El Salvador. I've been trying to remember things like that. I think every day is a healing process, but learning to process your emotions when you get mad, when you get upset, you know, that's what life is about. I'm literally throwing myself into a spirituality. It's not a religion. A spirituality to me has helped me to settle my mind, my emotions, to be able to see that everybody's beautiful, and to see that we're all here for one reason: to love ourselves, to accept ourselves, and to be able to understand how to transmute our emotions. And that's why I made this YouTube channel, because I would like everybody else to help out each other. If you want to learn about meditation, yoga, hiking, working out, anything about spirituality, hit me up. Sending love and light. May you guys continue finding your beautiful self, because you are the only person in charge of you. Nobody else is.